Thank you very much. Good morning. It's still morning in California, so that we have a wonderful sunlight today. If you look at the sky, blue sky, and the wonderful sky. However, let's continue from where I stopped the last time I posted my video. Like I did before, I must apologize for the delay in posting my video back to back. These are one of those things that happen. Sometimes you're too busy to do other things. So let's recap what we are doing here. My goal here is to look at my production cost of growing my product of vegetable I'm gonna grow during the summer and keep them down as much as I can. So in that case, what I'm doing here is to use 3 different sizes of raised bed. Okay, I'm putting different type of compost on it. Okay, the first one here, which I have labeled a broadleaf compost mix, will be specifically a mixture of broadleaves. Okay, broadleaf for me, it comes from my trees like plum. Some people use oak tree. Okay, depending on the tree that in your compound. So if you look at this raised bed, I have filled it with enough broadleaf. So what I would do later is to mix it up to help it break down faster. Some of you have suggested to me in my previous video, why can't you put this in a special machine and shred it so that it will quicken the decaying and composting of this material. But remember what I'm doing here. I look at nature first and see what do I have, what advantage do I have. In California, we have advantage of sunlight. That's what is natural to us. So I don't have to shred this leaf further. But what I need to do is to add a little water here through my drip. You see my drip is already laid down. The heat from sun will do the job for me. And that saved me money of buying a shredder to do this. So remember, it's all about cost reduction to me. So what I will do is I already have 3 different type of compost raised bed. Okay, the first one is broadleaf. This one is narrow leaves, mostly grass. Okay, like this. So that will give me a comparison between the broadleaves and the narrow leaves, which one will put more nutrients to my soil. Remember, my goal is to maintain my soil amendment to the riches, to be porous, to give me what I want, to maintain the nitrogen compound organically. However, questions have been raised. Why is it that I'm limiting my research scope? So I thought about it. Say I can expand it more, as well as I'm maintaining the same raised bed. So I come over here. What I did is to create a mixture, 50-50, of broadleaves and the narrow leaves. If you look on that side, you will see there are a bunch of broadleaves. Okay, if you want, I can show it to you. There are a bunch of broadleaves, okay, here. But if you look at this side, they're all grass. But I've already measured them, and my target is to make them 50-50 so that I don't have to answer the question, how do you know it's the grass that is doing it? How do you know that broadleaf is doing it? But remember, I have other variables. That container is only grass. The other one is broadleaf, but this is a mixture, 50-50. So what I will do now, to answer the previous question, people were asking, why can't you shred this? Okay, buy a machine that you can put it through shredder. It will help you to decay this thing further. Then what I said earlier, I don't have to do that because I have a power machine that will help me do my mixture. So if you look at what I will demonstrate here, you see my power machine is doing a good job. Okay, it's mixing it up for me, breaking them down. This is all I have to do. When I finish with this power machine, over time, rolling them. If you sometimes, if I grab something, it will stop. But all I have to do, clean it up and continue my process. So with this power machine, if you look at my camera, bring it close here, you will see that this already makes very good. Okay, so that tells me this power machine is not that expensive. Okay, I bought it from Walmart. You know, I patronize them because sometimes they give me something on a high discounting rate. So they will do the job. I don't have to go and buy a power machine and start passing them through to shred the leaf. That will cost me more money. But remember my goal. And all I'm doing here is to keep my cost of production very low, so that anything I get out of this as a yield will be a benefit to me. So another thing I want to add here, when you are dealing with soil amendment, people talk about why so narrow scopes? Why not measure other things? But remember, yes, I have capability to measure different type of nutrients in the soil. But my information is to give it to lay person who, like grandmother, grandpa, who want to just do their garden and reduce the inflation rate that have been taking all their retirement money. So that's what I want to do. So I want to keep it simple. But for those of you who want to go further, like a graduate student in further, yes, after this, these are enough for you to do research. You can measure nitrogen content. You can measure the microbes. You can measure the soil water retention. These are so many things we may do in future. But now I want to limit my scope. So at the end of all this season, I will check the yield of individual raised bed tomato I have produced on this thing. That will give me what I want to know. If the yield in the first raised bed full of broadleaf is higher than the one of the grass, I will be able to conclude that this does better in terms of compost. Thank you very much. This is what I have for you today, and wait for my next video.